Cinderella. Once upon a time, a young girl called Cinderella lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters. They were horrid to her and made her do all the chores around the house. From morning until night, Cinderella scrubbed the floors, tidied the house, cooked the meals, and washed the pots. Her stepsisters even made her wash and iron their clothes. One morning, a letter was delivered. It was an invitation from the palace to attend a ball in honor of the prince's birthday. Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters were very excited and talked of nothing else. They made Cinderella get all their clothes ready and ordered her about all day long. On the evening of the ball, when her stepmother and stepsisters were dressed in their finest clothes, Cinderella asked if she could go to the ball. "No!" shouted her stepmother. "You have to stay at home and tidy up." When they had left, Cinderella sat sadly in the kitchen. "Why are they so unkind to me?" she asked the little cat who sat at her feet. Then she began to cry. Through her sobs, Cinderella heard a kindly voice asking, "Why are you crying, my dear?" "Because my stepmother and stepsisters do not like me and will not let me go to the ball at the palace," Cinderella said. "Of course you may go to the ball," said the kindly voice. When Cinderella looked up, she saw a lady with a wand in her hand. "Who are you?" she asked. "I am your fairy godmother, and if you do exactly as I asked, you will soon be at the palace." Cinderella happily agreed. The fairy godmother waved her wand and changed mice into white horses, a pumpkin into carriage, a rat into a coachman, and 4 lizards from the garden into footmen. Then the fairy godmother touched Cinderella's old clothes with a wand, and they changed into a beautiful ball gown and the prettiest pair of glass slippers. Cinderella climbed into the coach. "Remember, be home at midnight," called her fairy godmother. Cinderella had a wonderful time at the ball. Everyone was asking who the beautiful girl was, and when the prince danced with her all evening, they thought she must be a princess. She was so happy and thought the prince was very charming. They laughed and talked between dances, and when the prince asked who she was, Cinderella would not tell him. All of a sudden, the clock began to strike. It was midnight. Quickly, Cinderella said goodbye to the prince and ran down the stairs. In a haste, one of her glass slippers fell off. The next morning, the prince asked everyone in the palace if they knew who the beautiful girl was. No one did, but one of the pages in the palace had seen her lose her slipper and brought it to the prince. The prince immediately ordered his pages to find the girl whose foot would fit the glass slipper. All the ladies in waiting at the palace tried on the slipper, but it would not fit. The pages went to all the houses in the kingdom, but still they could not find the rightful owner. The prince waited anxiously at the palace. When the pages arrived at Cinderella's house, her stepsisters tried on the glass slipper, but it would fit neither of them. Cinderella asked if she could try on the slipper. "You were not at the ball," said her stepmother, "so it cannot possibly fit you." The page, however, insisted that Cinderella try it on. And to everyone's surprise and amazement, it fitted perfectly. Cinderella's fairy godmother appeared again, and with the touch of her wand, Cinderella's clothes were changed into a beautiful gown. As soon as her stepsisters saw Cinderella in her gown, they recognized her as the beautiful girl at the ball. The prince was told, and when he came to Cinderella's house, he asked her to marry him. Cinderella and the prince lived happily ever after. The end.